Hi, Vicky.
Hello. Hi.
Hi.
What a fantastic, moving film. I loved it when I saw it at TIFF, and even more so seeing it a second time. Vigo, I understand you didn't write the character of Olsen for yourself. How did you wind up playing the role?
Well, the actor who was gonna play him, who was after um, Vicky accepting the role of Vivian, then we had to find Olsen. We found Olsen, and he was with us for quite a long time. And it was a bit different than the character ended up being. Younger, also not Danish, although Scandinavian. And yeah, he was with us for quite a while, months, and then one day I got a message that he couldn't do it. He had to do something else. I'm not sure what. And so we tried to get someone else around his age and type and acceptable to the producers, you know, like someone who's known enough and all that, to play opposite Vicky. And they weren't available. I mean, they liked the story. They really loved the idea of being able to work with Vicky, and also being in a Western, because they don't make so many of them. But they weren't available. And then I had to decide, well, do we wait until next year and then maybe we lose the money? Plus, I already had the crew and the cast and locations. So then I thought, well, I could do it. I have to change the character, make him older and just different. And the producers said, yeah, great idea, you can do that. I said, but I have to ask Vicky. And fortunately, she said, yes. I always thought you should do it. I said, really? Okay.
Yeah, because I always thought it should be him. It was weird from the beginning that it wouldn't be him. I don't know why. Yeah. And then when you brought up the age difference, then I understood what you meant. I didn't, for some reason I don't see age. I don't know why, I never did. And
I mean,
so,
now I don't think of it.
Yeah.
And now it seems like right for the boy,
Yeah.
and because he was in wars before.
Yeah, and yeah, exactly. And when you said age, I realized, okay, maybe there's a difference. But that makes the love story even more believable. Because if two people love each other, even though they're different and even though they have a different age, means that they really love each other. And now I think of it, he had to have this age to be so stubborn also. You know, to me, that's the whole charm of the love story, is that both of them are not perfect people.
They're set in their ways,
Yeah.
a little bit, yeah.
But it worked out perfectly. Vicky, you do such an incredible job playing a woman who's strong to begin with, but who grows even stronger by the circumstances she's put into. What did you enjoy most as an actor about portraying Vivian's story?
Well, to me, it felt like an opportunity to let out my personal sorrow, maybe, or my own cry, or similar to Corsage, but Corsage was more about melancholia and anger and keeping it in, you know. And Vivienne felt very much like a character I was able to let go, to let it all, not let it all out, but let out the fear and the vulnerability. She's always vulnerable, you know. She's maybe strong, but actually, since the beginning, she's vulnerable. Even in the beginning, she's this independent woman who chose to not be married and have this boyfriend of a sort. But if you think about it, and this is how I saw it a lot, she's very vulnerable. You know, her parents are probably dead. She's alone in a huge city. She's not from there. So she's full of weakness all the time. And if you want so, she grows stronger, but she also grows weaker. Because the more that happens to her, the more wounds she carries away, the more wounds, you know. And she's bleeding, but as she's bleeding, she's getting stronger. And I think this ambiguity was what interested me always about it.
I can't believe I only have time for one more question, but Vigo, I heard that there's a Lord of the Rings connection in this film. Did you use the sword from those films for the knight in this one?
Yeah, it wasn't intentional. It was just practical, you know. The swords that we were looking at, they weren't quite, I don't know. I was looking for something like that sword, and I thought, well, if I don't find something like it that's good, why not that sword? And so I asked Peter Jackson and the movie company, and they said, once they were reassured that it wasn't like a very important element of the story, I said, no, you only see it a few seconds, but somebody from Lord of the Rings is going to notice it. And sure enough, they did. But it's, you know, you sometimes you have to just go with the accident, you know. Even like I'll be brief, but Claudio, who played the piano player, who's like Vivian's good friend in the story. He's not really an actor, he's a musician, and I was looking for someone like him. His size, kind face, kind spirit, and who could play really well, because I didn't want to do this trick of you show the hands and then you show the actor in a wider shot. I wanted to be able to put the camera anywhere and he could play anything. And then I was looking, and either the actor was really good but couldn't play the piano well, or they played the piano pretty well but they weren't very good actors, and I was like, well, if it's someone like him, why not him? And I asked him, and so he ended up playing it, and he did a fantastic job. So the sword and Claudio were happy accidents.
I want to thank you both so much for chatting with me today. It's just such a fantastic film.
Thank you.
Thanks very much.
Thank you.
Thanks for watching. If you're new here, or if you're returning but you haven't hit that subscribe button yet, tap it now, plus the notification bell in the top right-hand corner so you don't miss out on any new celebrity interviews. Also, hit the like button and tell me below in the comments, what are your favorite shows or movies? Who are your favorite stars? I can't promise anything, but I'll keep them in mind for future interviews.